Hello there, it is of course the great and glorious, soon to be famous one day Nick Dutch, back on the camera again one more time, addressing another particular weird issue on a weird subject on a weird Saturday morning for some weird reason or other. This is another comment on a comment, and I do these things because it's important that I think that you understand where I'm coming from when I'm addressing certain things, so I'm using the comments as a vehicle basically so that you can see where my thoughts are on certain subjects, kind of thing. You get my drift there, okay? Alright. Well, this says, there are tons of stories about people who just get into magic and go right for the dark stuff. It usually ends up bad. It's similar to jumping into the deep end of the pool when you haven't even got the basics of swimming down yet. Is it quite that black and white? I think not. I think it's much more a question of the quality of sources that you go to. I think it's more a question of the quality of people that you're dealing with and their kind of explanations. Because when you're in the company of people of various different types, they're going to express their ideas in certain ways. And the ways in which they're going to express them is going to dramatically impact your ability to understand and reason with the phenomena at hand. So if you come across a bunch of weird people going on about how powerful and dangerous and scary and terrifying the occult is, but there's some things which you're only allowed to do or you're only not allowed to do because they say so, then you're more likely to end up a completely screwed up wanker than if you were given an attitude of, there's too many things that we don't know. There's no way that you personally are ever going to be able to solve all of the issues and answer all the questions on the subject anyway. So here are a few things that we would suggest. You're free to experiment, but remember that when you have a strange experience, all it does is demonstrate that you've had a strange experience. I think that you can probably see there's two different massive semantic messages which are going on. They're different, okay, different messages, and the different messages will have a different effects upon people. Just like, as I carry on saying, the message of it works, is not a very good thing to say when associated with things of a supernatural or paranormal nature. It's a very unintelligent phrase, and also factually inaccurate as well. I mean, if you were to come across someone who had like half a dozen incurable diseases, all right, and they said, okay, you say your magic works. Alright, works, okay, then they could say to you, like, I want to be cured of all of my health problems by 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, and if I'm not cured, and I can get this tested out by going to a laboratory and getting myself tested, okay, then I will kill you. Alright, or if I have as much as one relapse on any of my health problems over the next 40 years, I will hunt you down and kill you. I mean, would you be prepared to gamble your life on the idea that your magic actually works? I would have thought that most people probably would not, and the reason being is that they cannot get reliable results. So essentially, instead of thinking about, instead of the explanation being a theological based explanation, or being a superstition or a tradition based explanation, why don't we have an explanation based upon the fact that there are things that we don't know, and there are just some experiences that we can have, because you can approach the occult in lots of different ways. First of all, you can say it is all a load of bullshit, alright? But for that to be the case, then every single aspect of the occult movement will have to be totally fictitious. And I mean every single form of the occult movement, okay? Especially the explanations. Now, the explanations, they might be a load of rubbish, yes. So essentially, let's not look at the explanations. Let's look at the thing which has created the culture whereby the explanations could be created. And that is the strange experiences. Now, my personal experience suggests that some of these strange experiences do occur. And as a result of that, they are curious. And that's as far as I'm going to go. I'm not then going to extrapolate to 1,000 different levels and then say, yes, I now have a cohesive model of the way the universe works. I mean, to do that would be like turning around to someone and saying that they fully and completely understand the entire ecosystem of the oceans as a result of having taken 3 dives. I mean, it's intellectually on the same par, really, isn't it? And therefore it's the wrong way of talking about these things. So essentially, do things end up bad because someone gets into the dark stuff? Well, I would say the dark stuff is actually the way in which people explain the phenomena at hand and explain the subject at hand and create a culture of strange explanations which are not necessarily proven by practical experience, and lead to strange points of view about the subject at hand, which are inappropriate. They become these unfalsifiable statements, these strong truth claims, which are based upon not all that much in the way of factual information, and they make occultists look like losers, and that's not a good thing.